But let's talk Bitcoin. Aaron, we want to talk about Bitcoin. It's December tomorrow. I mean, we got December coming up. This is Bitcoin's month historically during the bull market years. It has been in the past. Will it change? I mean, we will find out. Obviously, we got 32 days till the end of the month, so it's coming whether we like it or not. So 26 Bitcoin, it dropped about 5% just on an hourly candle. It was a new low of 53,000 in November. We had the previous high. Depending on what chart you looked at, we touched around 69,000 there. Now, let's get into the technicals here. Now, Gareth, why did Bitcoin fall so much over the past week? Was this a technical thing, or was there, fundamentals that maybe drove the narrative?
Yeah, I mean, I think it was mostly technical. I'm a technical guy, so that's where I'm going to kind of go to. But again, you just had so much bullish sentiment, so many smaller buyers piling in around that 65,000 plus level, and it really left like no one else to buy it, right? I mean, unless these big companies were going to come in, these big whales were going to come in, which we haven't seen. I mean, when was the last time a publicly traded company said that they were going to accumulate Bitcoin? I mean, it's been a long time now. So again, you need a washout. I've talked about how the stock market really plays a role in crypto because of leverage. So you have a lot of leverage in the stock market. When the stock market takes a hit, like what we saw is last Friday when Bitcoin started to decline, that's when you also had a stock market big decline as well. So it's all tied together with leverage. And if the stock market falls, you're going to see more downside on Bitcoin. I would just like to say I was looking to buy this level the other day. You can see this pivot high right here at 52,500 and this trend line sloping up. Notice how those two lines come close together around 52,000. I was really hoping to get it the other day, and it just came to about 53 and change and then bounced. On a short-term basis, if you want to look for a bullish signal, see this wide range bar. It's a huge, nasty red bar from, I believe it was Friday. If any of these days can close above that and negate it, so basically a close, let's say at 59,000, that would be a short-term bullish signal for upside, probably to 60 to 62,000. So, again, it's for me, it's a watching of the stock market as well as cryptocurrency for kind of signals here. And I'm kind of mixed about the price action right now.
All right. And you guys couldn't see, but like we're all watching the chart, like, yeah, you get that daily. So I think we're all pretty much agreeing with that. Yeah, November, it's coming to a close. December, like we said, historically, those would be good. Now, Garrett, just real quick, are you worried about tax liabilities, any kind of sell-offs, or do you think, is that on your radar at all with the end of the year coming up?
Not so much for me. I think if you saw Bitcoin more significantly off of its highs, you might see some tax loss selling. That's very common in the stock market, where stocks that are down, they'll be sold into year end so that people can offset their gains with the losses and then pay less taxes. But Bitcoin's hovering near the highs. I mean, relatively near the highs. So I think it's probably okay going into year end.
All right. Well, let's go to the guy without the collar here to talk about the blue collar guy. This is the regular farmer out there, the hardworking. I don't want to sound like Bruce Springsteen here, but a lot of hardworking Americans out here. Now, Jason, when there's a lot of narratives that happened today and over the past few days that really should seem like it moved the needle, right? We have Michael Saylor bought 7,002 Bitcoin. I don't know why 7,002 instead of 7,000. Maybe the price went down, so they were able to buy a couple more. But Saylor bought 7,000. We had El Salvador; they bought more Bitcoin. But to the average investor, not looking at a market cipher, not looking at daily closes, do you think that moves the needle at all?
I have to be honest with you. I don't know. Sometimes I wonder if news events come out in ways that the people are actually looking at the charts before they make the news story, because whether Bitcoin is going to pump, whether it's going to dump, you will always see that in the chart. I don't care if Elon tweets or whatever. Maybe it'll move it a little bit. I mean, when Elon tweeted back in February, just hashtag Bitcoin, I mean, it was literally the most bullish environment you could possibly ask for. So did he move it, or did he have someone looking at Market Cipher B telling him, hey, Elon, grab your Twitter, man. Come out of your Twitter closet and just start tweeting away?
Yeah, no, you sound like that's something Ben Armstrong says. BitBoy says the same thing. A lot of the Elon tweets timing was a little circumspect, and especially when you look at the technicals and the fundamentals, it looks like it was just ready to explode one direction anyway. So, and then it's just time, kind of coincidentally, maybe. I don't know. That's an interesting theory. Who knows? All right, now, Tom, What are the charts telling you? I mean, are we looking good for December? I mean, do we need to close that daily? Kind of what Gareth was saying. What are the charts looking for, like for Tom Crown?
Yeah, I love Gareth's analysis. This is the first time I've heard him, checked him out. I loved what he said. I'm going to talk from more of just a crypto investor because I don't have a stock background. Crypto investor background here. When we see these cycle peaks, so we're looking for, our blow off top, we're looking for our huge gain. The price action we're seeing is really what I would expect. And what that is we're seeing these rallies that are very easily doubted. They retrace, but they don't really make it back to the obvious, the significant levels of support. So for me, that would be, Gareth mentioned 52. I would say like 51, 52, we have a daily and a weekly untested resistance there. That's where the logical investor would look to re-enter. And if I know anything about Bitcoin, if we're about to see an explosive December, this is what I would expect, is it for it to just kind of graze by that support, not actually fill people and take off. If we fall significantly below 50 or something like that, I might get a little worried. But honestly, this is par for the course for me. I have about 0% worry of where Bitcoin is right now. I think worst case scenario, we see this spill over into Q1 or Q2. We haven't really seen that happen before in a cycle. But there's no rule or anything that says it can't happen.
So just to be clear, over the next 6 months, a year, you definitely don't think like 68, 69 was the top.
My opinion, 100% is top is not in, not even close.
Right. And his opinion, 100% certain. All right, I like it. I like it. All right, now Crypto Face. Speaking of, bearish, bullish. Is it going up? Is it going down? I know Ben gave you a little flack for saying, hey, maybe that was the top. A little salty, maybe, that you said sell in May, walk away. Jason will skip leg day. I don't know where that part of the rhyme came from, but. So, right now, I don't know whether you're bearish or you're bullish. I'll let you, maybe clarify a little there if you want. But if you're not bearish, at what percentage drop would you turn bearish? It fell about 20% from its all-time high. Is there a percentage that you would say like, oh, this is really bad? Or is it more of a spider line thing, or are you just going off the spider lines?
Yeah, so we're looking at Bitcoin on the daily here. Rate here would be 100,000 by the end of December. To me, this is totally natural. Bitcoin loves just making these impulse waves. And Bitcoin's favorite number is 4 followed by 3. So I absolutely think we could have like a third one. Maybe, not come up to 100K, although it could. As far as percentages go, from the price now to 100,000 is 60, 80%. And each, if we go back here, boom, boom, to this top, 60%. The other one, 60%. So we could. I don't think we're going to hit 100,000 by the end of December. I'm sticking with that bet. I'm not going to talk any smack until January 1st. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Those who don't know, Ben and Crypto Face have a bet. Will Bitcoin hit 100,000 by the end of the year? What was the bet again?
You guys can look it up. We don't need to go over it. But this week's candle that printed kind of gave us hope a little bit. It was looking kind of bad, but if we actually look at like the 3-day, the 4-day, we're starting to get some really powerful, nice curvature on the VWAP. Zoom to the 2-day, we're coming in, hour curve coming up, momentum coming up. I mean, it doesn't look that bad. And the end of the month is ending and the beginning of the month is starting in a couple days. So I wouldn't be surprised if we have a nice little move. Looking at the 6 hour, ETH looks a little better actually. Let me pull up the charts. Not as ugly. Look at the 2 hour, the 2-day on Ethereum. Beautiful momentum waves coming up. Nice tight trigger wave right here. Nice VWAP coming up. Money flow came down, but money's been increasing back up again. And the strength is good. DVSI good. I think it looks good. This was a pretty nasty drop. It was a pretty good nasty drop, but it's not out of the ordinary. And if I had to guess, I would keep it simple and say maybe end of the year mid 70,000s would be like my best case. Resistance right here. We have like Gareth says that he loved the head and shoulders neckline. resistance. That's right in here. A lot of Fibonacci stuff. A lot of resistances in here. So I'm not, we actually were pretty healthy right here. We hung up here for a good little while. And so right now, totally natural. And we could technically come down, to 45,000 and still technically be okay. We would still be at a higher low. But if we bounce up here, man, I'm thinking mid 70s would be healthy and good. And then we'll see what happens next.
Did we gain enough on the 2-day to get out of bear flag pennant? I'm not sure if I saw one forming there. It was zoomed a little funny on the 2-day there. It looked like maybe we had a little bear flag on the 2-day. Maybe not. It was the one. It looked really good all of a sudden. Is that the 2-day?
You can ask Garrett that question, but on the chat, candles, I'm not really seeing any. I think honestly, when I look at like the shorter time frame right now, I'm actually looking for one more maybe little pullback. I think momentum's going to be curving back over. Maybe we have a pullback down to 54K or maybe somewhere in between. So that's where I'm going to be looking to get in. I missed this entry because I was partying all weekend, but I'm going to be keeping my eye for one more drop to Bitcoin, 54.50, somewhere in between, and then we'll see what it looks like. And I want to ride this pony too, just like everybody else.
Yeah, you got a crypto face talk about ride and curvature, and DZ gets excited. I'm looking. Oh, it's looking like a good month. And if you're feeling bullish after all this, go ahead and hit that like button. And the best thing about this episode, when we had one of the traders sharing the charts, everybody else we're all just like nodding, and because we all love trading, we all like breaking down the charts. It's a little bit of math. It's a little bit. They say it's just horoscope for crypto people, but you know what? To me, I like it. So I unabashedly. I'm gonna steal that word now, Jason. I unabashedly love it. So that is all we got time for today.